Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty big things to go over. We have some new hints towards a trailer potentially happening for Pokemon Legends EA this month. We have some major updates to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Switch 2 enhancement patch, some Nintendo updates, as well as some Pokemon events that have also been announced. There's a lot of things to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over the Pokemon Home update. So, the maintenance did go live earlier this morning. We thought it was going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2, but it wasn't. It's actually introducing the mystery card feature to the app. So, we have PokeExperto here tweeting out saying Pokemon Home version 3.4.0 is now available. This version adds the mystery card feature to the app, allowing you to obtain mystery gift codes for other games. It will be used for the first time at the Japan National Championships with an Amoonguss. So what I think that means is that we are able to redeem mystery gift codes for other games in Pokemon. I think that's what it means anyway, which is really good because it's a lot easier to go on your phone and redeem a mystery gift code through that than to log onto your Nintendo Switch and then go connect to online and then go to the mystery gift. There's just a load more steps that you have to do instead of just going onto your phone and redeeming that mystery gift code. So I think that's what it means anyway. That's how I'm reading it, but that was the Pokemon Home maintenance that kind of went live earlier today. It's this new mystery card feature to the app. So a very good update if that's what it does, in my opinion. Moving on, we have a couple of other events that have been announced. We have this update for Pokemon Cafe Remix. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying Cerebi update. The next Pokemon Cafe Remix event has been announced. This event, Cresselia's Joyful Dreams, runs from the 6th of June 2025, which is this Friday. It adds Cresselia into the game. And we also have a new update for Pokemon TCG Pocket. So we've got Cerebi update here. The Pokemon TCG Pocket Ultra Beast drop event is now live, adding 7 new promo cards into the game, which is a bit more than, I think it's usually 5 in these drop events. So there's extra cards to get. And of course, the Ultra Necrozma EX is specific for this event as well. So those are all of the updates and events for Pokemon that went live over the last couple of days. Moving on, we have some big updates to go over for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Switch 2 enhancement patch. A ton of people, well, I say a ton of people, a few media outlets have basically had a hands-on experience with this update patch, and they've kind of like been writing out the details and stuff of what they experienced, and Cerebi was one of the people that was able to do it. So it says Cerebi preview. We have played over an hour of the coming Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's Nintendo Switch 2 update, and it was filled with sublime 4K 60 FPS presentation and more. So they have updated like the kind of page with loads of information about it. We won't read it all, but Joe Merrick has tweeted out some videos and stuff on his Twitter page showing different clips and stuff that he has recorded. So this is Casaroya Lake in the rain, which obviously always adds a little bit more damage to those frames per second, but this is all fluid in 60 FPS. It's so beautiful. See more on the Cerebi preview once again. So this is the lake with rain, and as you can see, 60 FPS is just absolutely incredible for this game. I'm so excited for Generation 10 and Pokemon Legends EA to be in 60 FPS as well, because it just runs so much nicer. It just looks like a delight to play. I cannot wait to play this how it should have been played. And like I say, I spoke about it in yesterday's video where you shouldn't have to buy a console to play Scarlet and Violet how it should have been, but that's just kind of the realistic situation we're in right now. But as you can see, no stuttering, no issues. It's in rain, straight into the battle with the Pokemon, no problems there as well. Even in the polar biome with a full blizzard, the game just kept going at 60 FPS. It's such a joy to play through now. And then thrilled to show that in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the Nintendo Switch 2, the Artisan Windmill has also been fixed. This animation fix applies to all distant models that we have seen through the game. So as you can see, the windmill in the background is not jittery, it's not stopping, it's not starting, whatever. It's just nicely fluidly going. I'm saying that word a lot, but it's just because of how fluid the game is. You know, it's just so smooth now, which is nice. There's that video there, and I don't think there's any more. No, that was the trailer that we got. So again, they have uploaded a whole video, I think, to the Cerebi page showing all these different kind of aspects, but obviously in like a 10-minute long video. Joe Merrick isn't the only person that got to play it as well. There's quite a few, I think IGN and stuff also got to play it. But they have written a bit more information about the game here. We're not going to go over every single thing, but the main things that I wanted to go over were the visuals and the frame rate. So they say here that the visuals themselves have a bit of an improvement. The colors are more vibrant even without HDR. So basically, the gameplay that they showed was not in HDR. HDR is available for this, but they didn't play in HDR. The light bounces off the water, and the Pokemon models have never looked better. In battle with the animations, the particles are just great, and this is further shown off when you terrestrialize a Pokemon, either in standard battle or as part of a Terra Raid battle. The texture work hasn't improved too much for the overworld of Paldea, so you can see more repeating textures on cliffs and stuff, which, you know, it is what it is. And then, as mentioned, the Artisan Windmill, which rendered at a lower frame rate on the Nintendo Switch, now runs at a stable, fast frame rate. But that isn't all. Most distant objects, people and Pokemon do as well. And then that's just talking about the Switch. And then that's not to say the visuals are perfect, however, there's still an element of pop-in of some textures as you're going through the regions, especially if you're rushing through. This also unfortunately applies to the human characters that adorn the various towns, where they won't spawn until you're closer, much closer if you're rushing through. Still a bit jarring to see here and there, and it's really one of the only blemishes on this patch. It says now we're at the big areas, so the bit most people are very intrigued to see, the frame rate on the Nintendo Switch, Scarlet Violet, yada yada, 30, 20, 25 frame rates, you know, it was terrible. But now it's at 60 FPS, so it runs great. So this includes all areas, including the Castle Royale Lake, one of the most problematic areas on the Nintendo Switch. This time I was able to jump off a cliff overlooking the lake, land in the water, and rush through parts of past dozens of Pokemon. Again, we've already seen that video. And then it's not a locked frame rate, unfortunately, but the vast majority of the time for me, it stayed at 60 FPS, with the occasional drop in more troublesome areas down to around 55 FPS, which, again, it's still alright. I noticed this primarily in Kitakami and the Blueberry Academy, but more in the coastal biome and the savanna biome, where there's a lot more happening with the foliage and when gliding between various intense areas. But even this is something I only found and noticed because I went specifically looking for the drops. And then, technical rundown aside, the new frame rate made the game feel so smooth compared to how it was before, which I personally didn't have a problem with, but yada yada yada. Resolution has also been improved. We have played in TV mode and it output in 4K resolution, but like the game's contemporaries, on Nintendo Switch 2, it's not rendering in 4K, but a resolution between 1080p and 2160p, and has some anti-aliasing to help smooth things down. And then also there's just more information about the resolution, the frame rate, stuff like that. Let's quickly go over the final thoughts though. So overall, from the time I spent with this patch, I'm incredibly impressed. Personally, don't have many issues with the game on the base Switch, yada yada yada. Also, I've only had an hour and a half with the update. It really makes me think that this is how the game should have been the whole time. And then it really gives me the hope for future Legends EA and future Pokemon generations. And then it says, if you haven't played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet yet, this is definitely the kind of time to jump in, because obviously it just runs so much better. So yeah, final thoughts. Runs really well, looks really well, plays really well. Again, we're going to be able to play this tomorrow if you get in the Nintendo Switch 2. You're going to be able to play it tonight at midnight if you get it. But yeah, that is pretty much all the information there. We also have this as well, where they say Pokemon Scarlet and Violet from Centro, loading times comparison. So the loading times have also been vastly improved as well. There are videos of this online as well, I think, on IGN's or something. But yeah, the load times are just so good. So for the Switch, if you're flying between the same region, so if you're flying from one town to another town, fast travel used to take about 8 seconds. Now it takes about 2 seconds on the Switch 2. So you're literally only on that black screen for 2 seconds. So you're literally then there and then you move to the other place. And then flying between different regions, so going from, you know, Kitakami to Blueberry Academy or Blueberry Academy to Paldea used to be 20 seconds on the Switch. It's now 3 seconds on the Switch 2, so it's so much faster, and it really, really is. If you can see video footage of it, I mean, you'll experience when you play it on the Switch 2 anyway, but there's video footage out there where, yeah, it literally is just so quick. So really, really happy days about it. It looks great. So yeah, happy to play this tomorrow when I get my Nintendo Switch 2. Moving on, let's go over why we might be seeing a Pokemon Legends EA trailer this month. This was a post from Soul Silver Art saying, I don't want to give false hope, but pre-orders of Pokemon Legends EA go live on the 5th of June, which of course is tomorrow. This is the digital only version though that's going live tomorrow. The physical version pre-orders are going live on the 23rd of July, the day after the Pokemon Presents. But yeah, go live on June the 5th, the same day that the Switch 2 launches. I think we could still get a small Legends EA trailer between now and the Presents being the 22nd of July, maybe even next week. Again, there is still talk of a Nintendo Direct happening soon. I'm recording this before we've had any kind of announcement. I don't think we'll get one this week because I can't see them dropping a Nintendo Direct on the day the Switch 2 comes out. So if anything, it's probably going to be next week or the week after. This would be a trailer that shows off Emma and what's box art they have revealed it. Feels like something they might want to do an explanation trailer for. This would also line up with a rumored trailer we heard about Unreliable Source, though. I don't know if that's Moot that said that or whatever, but yeah, we have had some sort of rumors speaking about this, I guess, June trailer. And then as well as that, I just wanted to say that there is a precedent for us to get more Pokemon Legends EA news in June. Everyone is assuming there will be a Nintendo Direct in June, and just like last time, they could feature the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Pokemon Legends EA in that to help encourage pre-orders and showcase the game. On top of that, we are in the Legends EA promo cycle now. There's 4 months until the game releases, and we've only had 2 real trailers with not so much info given in them. If you compare this to Pokemon Legends Arceus, you'll see that they should start at least dropping little updates, teasers, trailers. It's time to start promoting this game for real. I would not compare ZA to BDSP because that was a third-party remake game, which is obviously what Blaze Incineroar was doing. So it's all adding up for some sort of news this month. Again, I'm very much in the party that I think we're going to get news every single month now up to the lead up to the game, because a Legend Nintendo Direct happening this month, which Pokemon Legends EA has been in the last 2. We then have guaranteed news in July because of the Pokemon Presents. We then pretty much have guaranteed news in August because of Pokemon Worlds. September's then going to be a month before the game comes out, so they're going to want to do like one final big trailer to get people to buy it, and then the game comes out in October. So it makes sense to get news every month now for this upcoming game, which obviously that's me just being hopeful because I want to see new information about this game, but at the same time it's realistically plausible as well because there's something happening every month. When this Nintendo Direct does get announced, if it does, gonna have to keep an eye on the lead designer or the lead game developers Twitter, because they have also tweeted out every time the Nintendo Direct has been announced and they've said, you know, go watch it, and there's been Legends EA news in that. So if they tweet out, you're pretty much guaranteed some news there as well. But yeah, it does look promising for news this month. Again, we're only at the start of June. It's a big month because we're getting the Nintendo Switch 2 anyway, but Pokemon Legends EA is one of the big Nintendo Switch 2 games as well. Even though it is being made for the Switch, it is getting an enhanced version for the Switch 2. It is going to be the first Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's going to be, you know, like Pokemon is such a big cash cow, it's such a big franchise that it is the make or break for people to get a console or not. You know, if there's somebody that doesn't like Mario Kart, doesn't like Donkey Kong, whatever, but they really like Pokemon, maybe they get the console for it. Yeah, they can get it on the Switch 1, but we all know it's going to run a lot worse on the Switch 1 than it is going to run on the Switch 2. We've seen that in the trailers that we've had. If you compare the Switch 2 trailer and the Switch 1 trailer, I mean, the frame rates are just, there's just no comparison. It's just so much better. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. But do you think we're going to get news in June for Pokemon Legends EA, or do you think it's going to be a dry month and then we get news next month for the Pokemon Presents? Finishing things off for today's video, it's a little bit of a sour note, but I do want to just let you guys know, just in case this is going to apply to you. But we have Go Nintendo tweet here, tweeting out saying, customer reports surface of various retailers cancelling Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders. So this is it. We finally made it to the Switch 2 launch week. We're mere days away from the system finally releasing. This was obviously posted on the 2nd of June. We all know now the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out tomorrow, which means it's an incredibly exciting time for Nintendo fans. Well, it should be, but some are finding reason to feel anything but excited. So a number of reports have come in from customers of various retailers, so not just one retailer, but various retailers, and they're painting a not so pretty picture for Nintendo's Switch 2's launch day. So while the companies themselves have yet to put out statements detailing the situation, select customers who pre-ordered the Switch 2 from the likes of Target, Walmart, Best Buy, and GameStop, so seemingly affecting mainly American consumers, are claiming their pre-orders have been scrapped. First off, it doesn't seem like this is a massive widespread issue, but there are certainly people out there who've seen their pre-order cancelled. Unfortunately, we don't have any explanation as to why this is happening or how it's only coming to light this close to launch. You'd have to imagine that retailers might have taken more pre-orders than they can fill, leading to the unfortunate cancellation wave. I don't know how they're choosing who they cancel the pre-orders for, because at the same time, everybody's pre-ordered, they should all get one, so it's just unfair. But here's what we can say 100% for sure. No matter what you think is going on with your pre-order, it's best to double check. Log into the retailer you pre-ordered from and just make sure everything is as it should be. I mean, if you're not going to the midnight release, then you should have had an email by now anyway saying that it's been shipped. I mean, it's coming out tomorrow, so it should be on its way to you right now. Unless obviously you're going to the midnight release, but even then, you still want to double check, because if it has been cancelled and then you're going in tomorrow and it's, you know, they don't have it, you're gonna feel terrible. So make sure to double check, because it is a thing. This is happening to people. They are getting cancelled. And so I just want to put this in today's video just to make you double aware, because it's coming out tomorrow. You do not want to turn up tomorrow and not be able to get your Switch 2 because they've cancelled it without letting you know. But yeah, it's best to double check, log into the retailer you pre-ordered from just to make sure everything is as it should be. It's best to figure out the situation now, as heaven forbid your pre-order has been cancelled. You still have plenty of time to figure out a launch day plan to snag the system. I probably should have covered this a couple days ago when it went live, but I was hoping that the kind of companies would rectify the situation, but they haven't. So lastly, in the particular case of Walmart cancelling pre-orders, all hope might not be lost. You can follow the steps in the social media post below to see if you can lock down your pre-order once again. So this was posted by Wario64, saying if Walmart recently cancelled your Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order, they may have reinstated the console in your cart to reorder within the next 24 hours. So this is actually posted from Walmart, so one of the places that obviously this is happening at. So due to a system error, your pre-order for the Nintendo Switch 2 was cancelled. We apologize for the inconvenience. We've already added the exclusive item back into your cart. All you need to do is check out. You can reclaim your reservation for the next 24 hours. Please note there is a quantity limit of 1 per customer. So like I say, it is a thing that's happening. So just double check, because like I say, it's going to be the worst thing if you're this excited for the Switch 2, like we all are. We cannot wait to get the console tomorrow, and then if it's just cancelled, it's just going to be a massive blow. So yeah, just double check. You know, it's only going to take a couple of minutes, and you could be saving yourself a lot of sadness if, you know, it does get cancelled. But anyway, that's gonna be everything that I wanted to go over for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on everything we've covered. Of course, like I say, double check your pre-order. Like I say, if it's getting shipped to you, you should have had a shipping email anyway. If you haven't, then it probably has been cancelled, unless they're I know that Target is shipping it like 5 days after, which is just so stupid, but it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on all the other stuff we've covered as well. The Legends EA stuff. Do you think we're getting a trailer in June? What are your thoughts on all the all the Pokemon Scarlet Violet stuff that we covered in today's video, and then all the events as well? But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like I say, drop a like. It's trying at 500. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.